Now we will talk about next synthetic fiber, and that is acrylic. So now we are talking about acrylic. Now acrylic is the one which has got similarity with the wool, and definitely when it has got similarity with the wool, so it will be used where in place of wool. That is the reason the acrylic material or the fabric is used to make shawls, even blankets, carpets, sweaters. Why? Because just now I told that properties only decides the uses. So when I said that it shows the property, it resembles in when we talk about the properties, its properties are somewhat like wool, and that is the reason it is used as the alternative for wool, and definitely it is cheaper than the wool because it is synthetic. It is synthetic material, isn't it? It is man-made, and so it is cheaper than wool. So we will write over here what? First of all, it shows similarity with wool. It shows similarity with the wool. Now definitely then it is used where? In place of the wool. But before that I need to write that which monomer or which kind of polymer it is. So it is a polymer which is made up of these small monomers of acrylonitride. Acrylonitride monomers combines to make polymers of acrylic. So this acrylonitride monomers, they combine end to end, and the which polymer is formed? Acrylic polymer is formed. Actually the fibers are not straight. When we discussed nylon, before this we have discussed nylon, polyester. So in these in the cases of nylon and the polyester, the fibers are very straight, but here the fibers of the acrylic are not straight, and it is little bit crimsy sort of, and that is the reason it becomes more bulky. So the fibers are not very straight. Fibers are not straight, and so looks bulky, or so it is bulky. Now the very important point, that is the reason when it is bulky, and so it is used to make shawls. Definitely when I say that it has got similarity with the wool, so what are the uses, or what can be the uses, or where it can be used? Definitely where the wool is used. Now where wool is used to make carpet, wool is used to make sweaters and shawls and blankets, and that is the reason even acrylic is used to make shawls. See, I always say this thing that always use, link the things. Now when you link the things, and just do not mug up, do not ratify the things, and try to understand along with linking the things, then it becomes easy to understand and to write also. Here only one thing, if you remember that acrylic is the one which shows the resemblance with the wool. So, you can write by your own and you get many points to add and write in the exam. Just remember, always you need to make the gist of the answers, underline the main points, focus on the main points, and then you just have to remember the keywords, and then you can make the answer by your own. So, used to make shawls, blankets, carpets, even sweaters, and you know, in the market few acrylics are very common. Like take the example of the cashmere, even you might have heard this thing. So, cashmere, this cashmere is what actually, this is the again which is used in place of wool only, and this is very commonly used if you go for purchasing sweaters. So, this is very common word which is made up of what? Actually it is what? Acrylic only, form of acrylic. Then another one is acrylon also. Even this one is also very commonly used, or lawn. So, all these are very common, you know, the one which is made by acrylic, and it is used in many different ways, as just now we have discussed. Wherever the wool is made, it is also, these all can replace the wool. Now, again very important point to be noted, that when a substance shows similarity, when a substance is showing similarity to another one, it has to be cheap, then only it will be utilized, or is the original will be utilized, because it is just showing the properties, and that too not all the properties. So, it is definitely cheaper. It is cheaper than wool. This material is cheaper than wool, and it is again, which number will come now? We have written here 6, now it will be 7. Can we all wash the sweaters and blankets at home? Definitely we can wash, and that is the reason even this material is also washable, is washable. Is washable, that is the reason all these things are made out of acrylic. Now, along with this, it do not shrink, do not shrink. So, all these are the qualities and the characteristic features of the acrylic. This acrylic is the what actually it is made up of, what? It is a polymer which is made up of the monomer acrylonitrile, and it resembles with wool, it shows similarity with the wool, and that is the reason it is utilized in place of the wool to make the sweaters, shawls and blankets. And definitely it can also be, it is present in many different colors, many different colors, many different colors are available. All these features make acrylic a better option to use instead of using wool. So, please note this point, and now we will move to the next fiber. Now, we will talk about the characteristic features of all these synthetic fibers altogether. As we are discussing the other fibers, like when I was discussing nylon, polyester, acrylic, I was saying one thing again that all these synthetic fibers have something common in them. Now, what something common is there? I was saying that they have certain properties which are very common. That means their advantages are somewhat common and their disadvantages are also somewhat common. So here we are going to talk about, I can say, the characteristic features of synthetic fibers, or even I can say that we are talking about the advantages as well as the disadvantages of the synthetic fibers. So we can name it as any way, whatever, whichever we want. So here I am writing the first point over here as the features or the characteristic features of synthetic fiber. Features of synthetic fiber. Now, what all are the properties which are very common in the synthetic fibers? First of all, most of the synthetic fibers are water resistant, isn't it? Most of the synthetic fibers are water resistant. Now, what is the meaning of water resistance? That means almost all the synthetic fibers do not absorb water. They do not absorb water. So, it is a use, or it is use, or it is a negative point of that. See, one property can be useful in one way and cannot be useful in the another way. As the synthetic fibers are water resistant, that is the reason they can be used in various places. Can be as the cloth which is made by the cloth which is made by the synthetic fibers will dry up faster and can be used in the place where we do not want the material to be wet. So, when I say it is water resistant, that means do not absorb water. It do not absorb water, so what will happen? It will dry up quickly. See, remember, I am not writing the complete sentences, I am just writing the few keywords and few just framing in a small sentence. I am not making this complete sentences. So, will dry up quickly. It will dry up quickly, that means the water will be evaporated soon. That is the reason in rainy days especially the synthetic material is used. So that even if you get wet in the rain, your clothes will be dry, you will be dry after some time. Why? Because these kind of clothes do not absorb water, and so that is the reason it will dry also faster. So this is the first feature, that these are water resistant, that means they do not absorb water and dry up quickly. What can be the negative part of this? The negative part can be that they do not absorb sweat, do not absorb sweat. It do not absorb sweat. Now, why this is happening? Why they are not absorbing water? Why they are not absorbing sweat? Because the pores in them are minute, have minute pores, have minute pores. That is the reason the water or the sweat cannot be absorbed. Whereas if you compare cotton, the pores are bigger, and that is the reason the sweat or the water can be absorbed properly. Now, come to the Second one, these are light and strong. These are light, that means if you compare the same weight, okay, the same, suppose if you want to weigh them, and if you take the same quantity, means I am talking if you have taken in kgs, 2 kgs of polyester and 2 kgs of cotton fabric, you will understand that the cotton is much heavier than the this thing synthetic one. So all the synthetic materials are light but strong as well as durable. So all the synthetic material are strong, they are durable, and they are light also. Light means in weight they are light, but strong means they are very strong, that means they do not get there very soon, as the fibers do not break very easily. That is the meaning of strong and durable, and that is the reason it is used to make what? It is used to make ropes, climbing ropes even, and the sail of the boat and all these things. So the important point is these are light, strong and durable. Now the next is are not attacked by the moths or insect, are not attacked by moths and insects, are not attacked by moths and insects. So again, very good. Fungus will not attack, even the insects won't attack, because this is a synthetic material. It is not eaten by the microorganisms also. Actually, microorganisms, if we are talking about, then they always need something, the material which can be consumed by them. So, and it has to be the natural one, obviously. Now, the next point which I want to write about the synthetic material is these are wrinkle free and do not need ironing, and that is the reason can be maintained easily, and so maintained easily. Maintained easily and do not require ironing. That means here ironing is not required. There is no need to iron the polyesters, the nylons, and it is can be used anytime, just to have to remove, and even after washing just you have to dry, and after drying as it is you can use it. And even if you want to iron, there is no need to iron it much. So can be then it is easy to use also. Now, so what are the important point? This is all these materials are water resistant, they are light, they are strong, they are durable, they are not attacked by the moths and insect, and they are wrinkle free, and obviously so they are easy to maintain. Now, along with this, if I talk about the negative points, I have written only one, that do not absorb sweat. That means air cannot pass, and so they are not very it is not, these are not advisable to wear, especially in summers. Now, what can be the negative points? It catches fire very easily, catches fire easily. Especially few materials, after catching fire, they melt and they stick to the body, and so these are strictly advisable that they should not be used when one has to work in the kitchen or at the place where the temperature is high. So what is the point which is related to this, that they do not wrinkle, they do not get wrinkles. That means the ironing is not required, but at the same time they catches fire very easily, and so they cannot be used. All the materials I am not saying about, but few materials they catch fire very soon and they melt and they stick to the body. They melt and stick to the body. But you know, these the use of synthetic material save nature. Use of synthetic material save use of synthetic material save nature. Now, how can the use of synthetic material save nature? Except cotton, you know, cotton we get from the, like, it is the fruit of the cotton plant. So for that we do not have to cut the plant, and basically it is a crop actually. But to get another natural fibers, we destroy nature in one or the other way, like we have to cut the stems. So when we cut the stems, so definitely we are destroying the plants. When we talk about silk, you all know there is no need for me to mention that how silk is made. The organism, I'm so sorry, the cocoons are just killed, you know. So when we have alternatives, when the material we have which have similarities, which resembles silk, so what is the need to kill so many worms? So that is the reason it is always told that use of synthetic material save nature. You may save the life of many cocoons also, many silkworms also I should say, and at the same time the plants can also be saved. But just a point which has to bring in your notice that the synthetic material can be used, but it is also not possible to use synthetic material every time, as it has got many negative points also. Now, what can be the another negative point? It get this, you know, it catches fire is okay, but even during ironing also, sometimes just to remove these small wrinkles which is present over there, it can catch fire. So that has to be taken care of. Now, all these are the very important point, and along with that I would have more positive point in comparison to the negative points. So I will have to write over here that these are available, can be easily dyed actually, can be easily colored, and many beautiful colors are available. You just compare the cotton cloth or a synthetic material, you will find that a cotton shirt or a cotton suit will become it will be faded, it will become, the color will become faint, the color will be, you know, it won't be always so bright as it was there in the beginning. But when you talk about the synthetic one, the shine, the look will be almost same as it was there in the beginning. Why? Because the colors are strong, it can be dyed in several beautiful colors, whereas cotton can also be dyed, but then cotton slowly loses the color. So take the example of any kind of cotton, but the cotton is the one which gradually will lose its color, but the synthetic fibers do not lose the colors. So these all are the points which are the negative as well as the positive, but we have more positive in comparison to the negative. Now we will talk about the next fiber. So this is all about the common features of the synthetic fibers. All synthetic fibers show some similarity, that they all do not absorb water, they do not absorb sweat, they are available in different shapes, size, colors, they can be colored easily, they do not lose their colors. By by using all synthetic material we can save nature, but always remember I am saying only for few, still I have not discussed the plastic. Always remember, underline this word, especially I am saying that there are few materials, synthetic material, which if used can save nature to some extent. But when it comes to plastic, plastic is very harmful, and there is no word which can express the harm which we are giving to the way we are harming the nature. So I am not talking here about the plastic, it has to be, please pay attention over here, that I am not talking about the plastic, but if you use certain synthetic fibers, then the nature can be saved. Say for example the silk, in place of silk we can use the artificial silk. So these all are the important points. Do not need ironing, can be used, maintained very easily, and can be, there are many uses. That is the reason it is used in making the parachutes, the boat, the sail of the boats, ropes, and many more things. These are very light, strong, as well as durable also. So these all are the very common features of the synthetic material. Now we will talk about the next topic.